Hey, this is Joe. So today I'm going to be reviewing my 1978 Harley XLCR. I'm going to be going through some of the pieces that I restored. I bought this bike in a running state, but there were some issues with it. So I had to go through and clean some things up. So I'll go over them. So the XLCR was the only cafe racer that Harley made. It was designed by Willie G. So it has a custom tank, a custom tail. So I bought the bike a couple months ago from a guy down in Florida. I think he bought it from a collector and then ended up selling it. There were a bunch of things wrong with it that I went through and corrected. There were a bunch of changes that they did, some nice. So first, the wheels. So typically they're silver, but these have been powder coated black, which I really like because the XLCR is a blacked out bike. So I went through and restored the gauges. I actually bought another set of gauges that were the same size, and then I removed the outside housing because these were all tarnished and cracking and breaking up. So these are now in much better shape. So these are still the original mileage, but I also went through and cleaned up this light indicator up here that was rusted. It looks like the handlebars were painted black. I went through, touched up various pieces like the mirrors that was starting to rust and flake. There's still a couple places where you can see the paint flaking through. Each one of the turn signals was starting to tarnish, so I replaced all 4 of them. So you can see they're in much better condition. And then I also replaced the flasher relay that was on the bike because they were not working properly. The air filter cover was repainted, and then I bought a new insert because this insert had these letters blacked out, which I wasn't a fan of. Also, this battery cover was missing the AMF logo, so I did that to make it correct. When I purchased the bike, the exhausts were actually turn downs. And they were not a factory option, so they were aftermarket. The exhausts on these bikes are really expensive. So I was lucky enough to find the mufflers for the bike. So these mufflers, I think they made 2 different types. These are the California mufflers, which brought down the decibel level a little bit, and I like the way that they look on this bike. The tires are both new. I went and had new tires put on because the old ones were, I think, over 10 years old. So I put on the Battle Axe BT46. I put these tires on a few of my bikes and I really like them. What was nice was when I purchased the bike, it had been repainted in the last couple years. So the paint quality looks great. So a couple other things I had to fix was none of the turn signals, tail light, any of the accessories were working properly, and it was because there was a wire cut behind the ignition right here. So I pulled off the ignition, found the cut, I was able to reconnect that, and then everything started working. Also, the horn had melted, so I pulled the horn off. I bought a remanufactured horn, was able to connect that up, and everything works properly there. This is the original seat. I was also lucky enough to find a 2-up seat. 2-up allows you to take a passenger, so it's a little bit of a longer seat. And then this also came with the passenger pegs. So those are usually a separate option, but it was nice that that was already there. So there were a couple things that I also touched up and repainted. So these Siamese header pipes look really neat, and they were rusting up here at the top. So what I did was I sandblasted them, and then I went and used VHT paint that was designed for headers, and that got it back to matching the muffler. So I also had to get some new exhaust clamps because I could not find the original ones, and these work really well. This is a air breather for the engine, and this had snapped off. So you can see up at the top, I went through and I re-welded. I first tried JB Weld, that didn't hold, and then I went through and I ended up just welding. And this is something where when you're riding, you can twist this out here. I have it closed up right now because I'm shipping the bike. This is where when the engine is running, any excess oil will drip out. This is just a characteristic of these old iron heads. I also went through and ran all new oil hoses. So these oil hoses were connected from the front of the engine to the back of the engine, and then I ran them up through here, and then they connect to the oil tank right here. The filler cap is underneath the seat. I replaced this shifter. This is not the OEM shifter, but it is a Harley shifter, and then I put a couple washers here to help keep this away from the engine. I also went through and bled the front and rear brakes because they were pretty spongy. And then I also noticed that the Harley wasn't charging. So there's a generator up front that has these two poles. I found out these wires were actually swapped. So once I got them correct, the bike was charging again. And then I also replaced the regulator that was up behind all of the electronics. I also pulled off the carburetor, right, which you can see behind the air intake. So I pulled the carburetor off, I ran it through the ultrasonic cleaner, I went through, cleaned the jets, all the jetting was correct, so I didn't have to make any changes there. And then I also replaced the fuel hose here because this was old and starting to dry rot a little bit. So I'm really happy with how this Cafe Racer turned out. I love the styling. There's not many of these left in the wild. I think they only made like 3,300 of them. So it was nice to be able to own one for a little bit and restore it, get it back on the road in better condition than I bought it. So I hope whoever buys it next enjoys it and has many years of fun riding on it. All right, well, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're interested, and I'll be posting more videos of cars, motorcycles, and garage projects. Take care.